Good afternoon, boys and girls. This is our third recording for math. This is going to be the video for those of you that were not able to join us in the live or need some review on the lesson if you're having any problems. So this is for Module 4, Lesson 3. And I just want to say again that these are review lessons, so you guys should know and should not have problems with this stuff because it's not new information. All of this is review, and so you guys should know, but may need some reviewing in order for you to understand it. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So this is Module 4, Lesson 3. So our objective for today is to interpret two-digit numbers as either tens and some ones or just ones. So we're going to be working with two-digit numbers. Yesterday I discussed in the live that two-digit numbers is a number or are numbers that have two numbers in them to make one number. So you might have, say, 29. 29 is one number, but it has two numbers, 2 and 9, that make up 29. So it's a two-digit number, 29, or 32. So two-digit numbers as either tens, so you could say 40 is 4 tens. You could, well, it says interpret two-digit numbers as either tens and some ones. So tens and some ones. So let's say 42. 42 would be 4 tens and 2 ones, right? Or you could say 42 is 42 ones, right? So you could say 4 tens, 2 ones, or 42 ones. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. So our target, I can name a two-digit number as a 10 and some ones, or all ones, like I just discussed with 42. So we're going to do a warm-up here. And let me move this a little bit. What we're going to do is I'm going to put down some coins on the screen. And you're going to tell me what coins you see. And then we'll count by tens to see how much money we have. And then we'll exchange one dime for some pennies and count again. So, what is that? Dime, penny, quarter, nickel. It's a dime. And remember Miss Levi's little chant, dime, dime, 10 all the time? So we have one dime, 2 dimes. How much is 2 dimes worth? Well, we know that it's dime, dime, 10 all the time, so there were 10 apiece, so we could count by tens. 10, 20. 20 cents. We have 20 cents. 2 dimes is worth 20 cents. If we took away one of those dimes and we wanted to replace it with just pennies, how many pennies would we need? We would need 10 pennies, because one dime is worth 10. So it takes 10 ones to make one dime. 10 pennies to make one dime. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 pennies. So we just exchanged one dime for 10 pennies. So let's recount the change again. So we know dime, dime, 10 all the time. Penny, penny, worth 1 cent. So let's count 10, and we're going to go to counting by ones. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. When we had 2 dimes, we had 20 cents. We have 1 dime and 10 pennies. We still have 20 cents. So they're just trying to show you that 10 ones is the same as 1 10. Okay, so that's our warm-up for today. So this is our application problem. Sue is writing the number 34 on a place value chart. Remember yesterday we worked with place value charts. It's where you have a tens place and a ones place, and it's a chart. So she's writing the number 34 on a place value chart. She cannot remember if she has 4 tens and 3 ones or 3 tens and 4 ones. So we're going to help Sue out today. So when we look at the number 34, we're going to use a place value chart to show how many tens and ones are in 34. So when we look at 34, right away we should understand that the 3 is in the tens place, the 4 is in the ones place. Tens, ones. So we're going to use this drawing of the place value chart and words to explain this to Sue. Okay? So 3 tens, right? We look at the number 34. We know this place value is the tens place value, and that is the number that's in that place is 3. 3 tens. How many ones? Well, let's look at the ones place. What number is that? 4. Right. Okay. So there are 3 tens and 4 ones in the number 34. So we wrote a statement for Sue to help her understand. This is the tens place. This is the ones place. 3 tens, 4 ones. There are 3 tens and 4 ones in the number 34. Okay, so if we move on to our concept development, we're going to look at the number 34 again. How many tens and ones make up 34? Well, we just discussed to Sue that there were how many tens in 34? Remember, we look at the tens place. What number is that? 3. 1, 2, 3 tens. And how many ones? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 tens and 4 ones. Okay, so how many ones is the number 34 made of? Now this could be a tricky question because up here they're asking how many tens and how many ones. So they're wanting you to decide, are there tens? Yes, there's 3 tens. Are there ones? Yes, there's 4 ones. Because when you take 34 and you break it into tens, you have 3 tens and then you have 4 left over, so you have 4 ones. So how many ones? So it's not asking you for the tens place. It's wanting to know all together, 34. How many ones all together in 34? Well, when we're in class and we have all of those cubes and we link them together to make a 10, or we pull them apart to show the number 3, we know that these tens here can be broken up into 10 ones, right? So if we broke this bar, and this bar, this 10, and this 10, if we broke them apart into ones, and we laid all those cubes out on the floor, how many cubes would we have laying out on the floor? We'd have 34 cubes laying out on the floor, piece by piece by piece by piece, right? So how many ones are in the number 34? Well, there's 34 ones. So how many ones make up 34? 34 ones, because we had to take 34 cubes and we connected them until we got a 10, and then we connected more until we got a 10, and then we connected more until we got a 10, to make it easier for us to count 34. But when it's just asking for the ones, we know that there are 34 ones. There's 34 cubes all together to make up 34. Now remember, when they ask you how many tens and ones, that's when you say 3 tens, 4 ones. When they ask you just for ones, that's when you just say the total amount, because all of that number can be broken up into just one. So there could be 34 ones. They ask you for tens and ones, then you could have 3 tens, 4 ones. Okay, so we're moving on. to a different number. So if we have 27 pennies, like in this picture here, what would be the easiest way to count them all? Well, to me, I see 10, 10, and 7. So since we're working with change, what could we replace 10 pennies with? A dime. So if we have 10 and 10, we have 10, 20 pennies. We could have how many dimes? 2. To replace these 2 rows of pennies, right? And then we would have how many ones left over? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pennies. Okay? So then let's count. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, now let's move on to our problem set. This is the first problem that we're going to go over on the problem set for number 1. So if you have 10 flowers here and 1, 2 flowers here, how many tens? Well, 1 10. How many ones? 1, 2. 2 ones. 1 10 and 2 ones is the same as what number? 12, because if we counted 10, 11, 12. Okay, that's what some of your problems for your problem set are going to look like. And then the next problem is going to be like this. You're going to have to match. So you have over here 3 tens, 2 ones. Well, we know 3 tens is 30 and 2 ones is 2. So we have 32. Well, let's go over here. 32 tens? No, that would be 320. 32 ones? Yes, I think that's correct. 23 ones? No, it said 3 tens, so that's 30. We know we need to have 32. But if we have 32 tens, then we would have 320. We have 32 ones, we have the same, 32. So we draw a line to 32. Okay? Now let's move on to our last problem. This one, they're just asking you to complete this float. So it gives you the number 15. How many ones in 15? Well, not ones, sorry. How many tens? How many tens in 15? Well, let's look at the tens place. The 1 is sitting in the tens place. So we have 110. How many ones? Well, we look at the ones place. 5 ones. 15 with 110 and 5 ones is the same as 15 ones. Good job. Okay, so that's our lesson for today. Now let me see if I can pull up, here it is, the problem set. Okay, this is going to be your problem set for lesson 3. You're just going to go through here and you're going to answer these questions. So they have the pictures, and then it has the multiple choice again, and you have 10 problems to do today for lesson 3, and you're just going to go through and read your directions, look at the picture, and choose the correct answer that matches the picture. Okay, so you're going to go through and do that problem set. So I hope this helps you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you guys are having fun and enjoying this nice weather that we have. I hope to see you guys in our live. And that's all I have for today. Bye.